Finally, on August 15th, the media's attention turned to men's baseball when China and Chinese Taipei, commonly referred to as Taiwan, faced off. The match between China and Chinese Taipei ended with a final score of 8-7 in favor of China. Changing focus slightly. Although the games are first and foremost about sports and sports audiences, they are also an international event. One world, one dream, a motto which seeks to emphasize the internationally inclusive nature of these games, calls upon the world to unite in the Olympic spirit, and also voices the collective desire of 1.3 billion Chinese people to contribute to, quote, the establishment of a peaceful and bright world. Chinese leaders have taken the opportunity the Games present to develop closer relations with their international counterparts.
The Beijing Games have seen an almost unprecedented level of participation by international leaders. More than 80 state leaders and members of international royal families are expected to attend the opening of the Games and related events. Included in this number are U.S. current and former Presidents Bush, French President Nicolas Sarkozy, and Russian Prime Minister Vladimir Putin. Chinese President Hu Jintao has had an especially busy diplomatic schedule. On the day before the start of the Games, President Hu met separately with leaders of 11 different nations. Included among these are Brazil, Algeria, Kazakhstan, Vietnam, North Korea, and Serbia, among others.
Other notable American figures in attendance at the Beijing Olympics included Dr. Henry Kissinger, who, along with President Richard Nixon, laid the groundwork for the 1972 Shanghai Communique and the warming of Sino-American relations. Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice is scheduled to lead the American delegation to the Beijing Olympics closing ceremonies, although the conflict in Georgia may prevent her participation.
The following day, Hu then hosted a luncheon event for over 110 different leaders at the National People's Congress.
Current President Bush was present at these events, reflective of the important nature of the Sino-American relationship. This is Bush's 15th meeting with a Chinese president. His visit to China will be his 4th to China. No other American president has visited China more than once.
Although several members of the United States Congress, including Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi and former Democratic presidential candidate Senator Hillary Rodham Clinton, have called upon President Bush to either boycott the opening ceremony of the Olympics or to increase his pressure on Chinese governmental leaders to address the human rights issues still apparent. Bush has been unwavering in his support of the Olympic Games. He has continually stated his intention to treat these games as purely a sporting event, rather than an opportunity for political posturing.
Further demonstrating the evolution of the Sino-American relationship in the past 30 years, Bush presided over the opening of a new and impressive American embassy in Beijing. This opening came only a few short weeks after the opening of a Chinese embassy in Washington, D.C.
And the meetings between President Hu and President Bush continually stressed the importance of developing and improving the Sino-American relationship. President Hu maintained that China was willing to work with the United States to promote dialogues and exchanges that would enhance the understanding and mutual care and respect between the two nations. In this way, the two countries would be able to settle sensitive issues and properly ensure that bilateral relations remain on track in a sustained and healthy manner. Bush offered reassurances to China of this dedication, but he also offered a mixed assessment of China's role in the world. He praised China's recent efforts to help curb the nuclear ambitions of North Korea and Iran, but he also expressed some disappointment in China's recent role in dashing global trade talks as well as the continuing human rights issues.
When asked during an interview with NBC if China's rise was irreconcilable with America's long-term interests, Bush stated, "In the long run, America better remain engaged with China and understand that we can have a cooperative and constructive yet candid relationship." Furthermore, he went on to say, "It's really important for future presidents to understand the relationship between China and the region, and it's important to make sure that America is engaged with China, even though we may have some disagreements." Bush's statements about the importance of engaging with China are remarkable, especially considering during his first term, his advisors often depicted China as a strategic competitor.
In some ways, the Olympics, although they're not yet over, have already proven successful for China. Regardless of the number of medals won by Chinese athletes, China's ability to successfully prepare and execute an event of such a massive scale demonstrates its strength and willingness to take a leadership role in the global community. Thank you for watching China Forum, and we will see you next time.